I don't want to fail. I don't want to make a mistake. And then I end up spiraling and then thinking about how I'm a terrible plant parent and how I compare myself to other people. Is that just me? Hello, fellow plant weirdos. It's your girl, Carmel Marceline. If you are new to the channel, hey, welcome to the family. We unabashedly hyperfixate on plants here. And usually I'm not too self-conscious about my plant fixations, but there are times that it feels borderline unhealthy. I like to fixate on having the perfect looking plant. The most bushiest of leaves, the bigger the leaves, the more full the plant is. It makes me feel so good. And you know what? I also fixate on when my plants don't look like that, which is a lot of them. A lot. And then I end up spiraling and then thinking about how I'm a terrible plant parent and how I compare myself to other people. Is that just me? Just me? Well, in today's video, I'm going to share 5 signs that you are a plant perfectionist. Yes, I'm talking about you. So let's get into it. Sign number 1, you procrastinate. Do you need to take care of your plants? Have you been pushing it off? Waiting to the last possible moment to get your plant care done? Do you ask yourself, oh goodness, I have so many things I need to do. Not only do I need to water all 100 of my plants, I need to dust them, I need to wipe their leaves with neem oil, I need to add systemic granules, add earthworm castings, fertilizer. Oh my gosh, I can't possibly do all of that right now. It's as if my mind can't comprehend that watering one plant is okay. That not doing the whole production is enough. Oof, that word enough. That one hurts a lot. So why do we feel this way? I don't know if you knew this, but perfection and the fear of failure go together like peanut butter and jelly. And it's this vicious cycle because we want every single task or project we work on to be perfect, right? It has to be done a certain way during a certain time. We don't want anything to be a mistake. And when that happens, any small task, such as watering my plants or getting rid of pests, it feels so intimidating because I can't do it the exact perfect way. So then I end up procrastinating and just putting it off and then off. But there's beauty in taking the first step. I read this amazing quote from Jodi Picoult saying, "You can edit a bad page, but you can't edit a blank page." Sign number 2, you fixate on your mistakes. Now, it's in my DNA to focus on the bad. Instead of focusing on what I did well, what I accomplished, instead I'm focusing on what didn't go very well. I'll give you an example. My variegated jade satin scindapsus, I brought it back from the dead. I finally had it come back to life. And am I focusing on that accomplishment? Absolutely not. What am I focusing on, you may ask? My scindapsus silver swan that has been unable to recover for the past few months. Hanging on by a thread. Thinking about your mistakes isn't necessarily all bad. It's good because it allows you to reflect on the behaviors you've done in the past and allows you to grow. But, and there's a big but here, when you're fixating on, oh, well, I should have done this, I should have done this, well, this didn't go well, and that didn't go well, and then you end up spiraling out of control and overthinking absolutely everything that you've done over the last several months, that's when you know it's not the most healthy. Sign number 3, avoid situations that may cause you to fail. I've talked a bit about this on my channel already, about how I'm going to be stubborn, and instead of trying out different cultivars, different species of indoor houseplants, I'm just going to stick to one. Scindapsus. I don't want to F around and find out. I know Scindapsus love me and I love them. So why branch out into different variegated philodendrons or even orchids when I know it's not going to go well? No, thank you. Now, if I take a step back, I do this because I don't want to fail. I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to go outside of my comfort zone because there's safety in that comfort zone. Do you know what I mean? And if I let myself venture outside of that zone, I could potentially kill the plant. I could waste all the money that I spent on that plant. I'll end up questioning my skills as a plant parent, and the list goes on. But I need to reframe that mindset. Instead of thinking about those situations as challenges, I need to reframe them as opportunities for me to level up my skill set, to get new experiences, to live life. And a helpful thing to put into perspective is that true perfectionism isn't about actually being perfect. It's about avoiding not being good enough. Sign number 4, nothing is ever enough. This one hits home. I was always of the mindset that if I did more, if I achieved more, then I would feel content and fulfilled. And that translated to my houseplants. I first started with maybe 2 or 3 houseplants, and then slowly it morphed into having more than 100 plus. I just wanted more and more and more, and honestly, there's no logical reason for that. And that imaginary goalpost just kept moving and moving and moving. At first, it was, okay, now I have 100 houseplants. Well, now I want to acclimate houseplants that are shipped within the US. And then it became, well, I want a bigger challenge. I want to acclimate plants that are shipped from across the world. And so it went. Having ambitions and goals isn't a bad thing, especially if you're a high achiever and it manifests itself positively. When it manifests itself negatively, such as when you're accomplishing this and you move to the next thing, and as you keep moving and keep achieving, you're never satisfied with any of those wins, that's when you need to take a step back and really reflect on how you're feeling. Because this behavior, this mindset can lead to negative self-talk, low self-esteem. And we don't want any of that, do we? Sign number 5, you don't trust others to do a good job. I'm a textbook case of not trusting other people to take care of my plants. I mean, why would I? They don't have the same experience. They don't have my magical touch. And only, and I mean only, when I physically cannot be in my space, do I let go of the reins and give it to someone else to take on. Not the healthiest, I imagine. A part of this is because I have such high standards, not only for myself, but for other people. I expect everyone to give their 150%, but that isn't the most reasonable. And I learned this the hard way when I let Ethan take care of my plants when I was in Asia a couple months ago. I actually did a video on that, which I'll link up here for you. And Melissa, one of the awesome people in my community, made an amazing point in one of her comments. She said that it's easy for us to forget how much time, how many hours, how many days we've spent learning about this craft, learning about how to take care of our plants, and that it isn't reasonable to expect other people who haven't invested, put in the time to do that. You can't expect everyone to do things just like you do. There you have it. Those are 5 signs that you are a plant perfectionist. Did any of these hit a little too close to home for you? Were there signs or things that you do that I didn't talk about in this video? Let me know down in the comments. If you liked today's video, you know what to do. Hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified every single time I post, ring that bell. And with that, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Thanks for spending it with me. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. Until then, bye.